I want you to pretend again though, like like lean forward and act like you're sticking. Yeah. Oh. I'm having flashbacks all of a sudden from a couple of months ago when I.
It only looks like that.
When I stuck my eye on a stick. That's straight up.
Maybe you should have that story.
Did it hang there for a second? Like you actually felt it in there and then like the slow pull out? Or was it like so quick you couldn't
break off?
Ooh. No, it straight up hit my eye and started to push my eye back into my skull and then slipped off the eye and then settled in the corner of my eye
so
after ripping the side of my eye. It was, yeah. But this looks like it's going to hit you in the face. But you're way in front of it.
I can do my Night of the Roxbury.
Yeah. So, pros and cons, right? There's 3 of us now. We've got audio. You've got the headphones on.
Yeah. So hearing us all in real time, which is awesome. There's no delay. Otherwise, it'd be kind of weird to work with.
Yeah, I imagine that'd be strange.
So probably pick up on the squelch if it happens.
Yeah, so if for some reason there's a squelch, he's going to be able to catch it and he's going to be able to reset that. Side note, we got a soundboard. The soundboard is going to let us do my mic and their lapels, but the lapels, we found one lapel is defective. It goes in and out. It actually...
It's nice enough to wait about 20-30 minutes, and then it does like a 2 to 3 second long squeal, like right when we're talking about something, and then it goes away again. So you get about 2 to 4 of those per hour, I guess.
Yeah, that's terrifying. So we do have to order more lapel mics and stuff. The other thing is when we went to the board, we found that now it sounds like we're in an echo chamber.
Yeah, a little tinny.
And it was like, do we do a video with the 3 of us and have fun, or do we and sound like we're in an echo chamber?
Or do we become audio files and just decide that, nope, it's not good enough?
Or do we freak out about the audio? And I just said, you know what, let's not freak out about the audio. Let's just have some fun. Let's put the sharp stick in your eye and let's just have some fun. So what's up? We're getting Raza saying, what's up, guys? By the way, I've got the comments so far from my face, I can't read it.
It says, what's up, guys?
I feel like, because of
that,
I feel like I need, like you guys are testing my vision.
Right.
Like, security you're like, okay, now, line number 2. Line number 2.
Line number 2 says,
new addition to the equipment has to be one of those, like, piece of paper size magnifiers that you need for when you start to think about bifocals,
And this is a little late today, you guys. I know it's Warrior Wednesdays, but I had a conference call I had to do all day today. Boo.
VIP over here.
Yeah, VIP. Not VIP. Not fun. Steve saying go Chiefs.
VIPs don't have to sit there and wait for phone calls.
Yeah, I had to do work. It was work. Not fun. But it'll be fun. We get to do the game that we've played. I got to do it with you. I've got to do it with you a couple of times.
Now 3.
So we'll get to do it with all 3 of us. And yeah, go Chiefs. You know what? Yeah. I would rather the Chiefs than the 49ers. Straight up.
49ers have had their day.
They have had their heyday.
Yeah, we call this Three's Company.
The Chiefs haven't had this since like 1970s. So, straight up, don't tell me.
Hey, they had Joe Montana and they couldn't get it again.
Exactly.
The Chiefs forever. When I'm caught in a hit and run.
I kind of like Mahomes a little bit, so it could be his day. It's a little early for him, in my opinion, but
I don't like anybody on either team, really.
Hey, that's kind of
that's not true. I like Robbie Gould.
That's pretty harsh.
Robbie Gould was our old kicker, and I look a lot like him now. They have no hair, but I still don't kick.
That's thinking of a new profession.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kicker. Yeah.
So
I'm dead for Halloween. It's gonna be a kicker.
We do have plans, though. I mean, we. When I say we, it's me. I have plans, but you do too, I suppose.
But they're similar plans.
Actually, SureShot.
Yes.
Tell me about a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel called SureShot.
It's a groundbreaking new YouTube channel, and that's right. I started it. It's funny if you were to search SureShot, SuerShot, you have to do both S's uppercase, and then you might get close. But if you do SureShot and Star Wars together, suddenly it pops right up because I go and put the name in, and they tell me that, hey, it's available, and I think to myself, well, there can only be one. It's got to be.
There can only be one.
It's got to be like variations on it or numbers before and after. Nope, you do a search for that, and there's at least 4 or 5 of them, and they're all spread out.
And
you don't find mine right
apparently, you used tags like Warrior Presents and stuff like that. So if you put in those tags, you might find me. You might find him as well. But
I figure a cross reference if you're looking for Star Wars specifically, that being one of the first first videos on there, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully
The two of
subscribers
you
will
made
come.
a fun video where you played War and talked about the trilogies. I caught about 15 minutes of it this morning
that's
before
enough,
my
right?
work, before my conference call, and it was actually quite entertaining. That was kind of fun.
Pretty impromptu, not exactly up to snuff for what we want to be for quality of video and audio
you
and
gotta
all that,
start
but we
somewhere.
got to start somewhere.
Yep.
So got to figure out the settings with my GoPros and all that. There's a way that the low light will cause a grainy picture, but I'll get all that worked out. You got to throw a few out there and see what happens with it. So
For sure. Well, that was kind of funny. You put it out and then it had 40 views, and you don't even have a channel basically yet.
Exactly.
So I was like, wow, 40 views in 8 hours. That was
Word of mouth.
Yeah, word of
Went
mouth.
from 7
I
subscribers
was like,
to
I bet you
12
he
or something
watched
like that.
he
It was
watched his
ridiculous.
own video 40 times.
That's not true. 40 different devices, 40 different
Right.
places.
He's like, go, get him going, get him going, get him going.
IP hider.
Get him
IP
going.
hider.
Get him going. All right. So today we will have story time at the end. I have a story. That comes by way of Fur's Cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
When I was in high school.
Okay.
Yep, I worked at a local place called Fur's Cafeteria. It was it was like a buffet, which you could go and eat.
Yeah.
And
Place you can go.
I tell the kids the story because the kids are like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, that's crazy."
Yeah.
It's one of those just. I don't know my life, man. I'm a storyteller, right?
You can't make this stuff
You can't
up.
make this stuff up, man. Fiction is stranger than reality. So we'll end with that. But I wanted to banter, and of course, there's these fun cards we've been playing with lately. We've got tons of them, but we've got other stuff. I'm going to probably chop some of this up and put it on, things like Instagram and Facebook and some other places where we just do single questions. So it's a little bit more.
So just the funny parts.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just rough.
Man.
I don't even know if you reading a question's funny, man.
I know, right?
Well, maybe we should read it with celebrity impressions.
I love the story of this guy who met one of his favorite pastors, and when he actually got to talk to him, he was like, "Oh, I haven't gone to your church or anything, but my buddy goes to your church, and when you get to buy the sermons on disc, he gives me all the good ones."
Oh, man.
All the nice ones.
So who wants to go first? All right, you ready? We're going to paper, rock, scissors this bad boy.
All right, it's me.
Well,
1,
how do
2,
you do
3,
three?
go.
1, 2, 3, and then show.
Shoot
All right.
2 and then 1?
All right.
Wait, yeah. How's this going to work? Let's just do it. Whoever's the big loser has to.
The biggest loser.
has to read. Okay.
The double loser.
Whoever loses
All right.
reads a card.
All right.
Or if there's one person that loses.
Are we doing the paper, rock,
shoot.
scissors, shoot thing?
We're gonna put you in the corner with the dunce cap. I don't know.
Oh, man.
If someone loses and the other two win, that person has to read a card
Sure.
to whoever they choose. So the loser's actually the winner.
Well, actually, I've seen the How Ridiculous guys do this all the time. It's whoever wins beats out the other two.
I don't even know. Let's just do this and we'll figure it out. You ready?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
Hey, we both chomp on you.
Ah.
Chop, chop, chop. So you get
Dead
to
gone.
take a card and pick someone. There we go.
All right.
I wasn't sure if we were shooting or not.
I don't even know what you were doing, dude.
It's
You
a
went
rock,
like
paper,
rock
scissors,
that
shoot.
evolved into
Yeah.
scissors because you
Some
were
people-
looking at my scissors.
There's always stage fright when the first time
There
happens.
was
When you get the
stage
next
fright.
2 rounds, suddenly everybody's right on par.
Right.
Right?
There
Played
is
a while.
stage fright.
Some people do the shoot
So
thing.
I
What's
say that-
happening? What's the name? I can't read. I don't have my glasses,
That's
yo.
Darth did.
Yeah. Hey-o.
Darth Vid.
So
Darth
I
Vid.
think we
Hey
should read
guys.
the
Hey.
question. When somebody's reading the question, it goes out to the two of you. So
Yeah,
if you
that's
got
how
one
I
right
see it.
away, you take it. Otherwise, you take it. But that'll give you some.
I
more
think
banter
you
to
should
work with.
direct it towards one person, but the other person can have an idea on it. But you should pick
It's hard not
one
to.
person, and
It's
you
hard
got
not
you
to.
got 4 cards. You get 2 per person, so you got to choose
Well,
someone.
then this will go to you, Warrior.
All right, all right.
How long would you have to starve to become a cannibal?
Ooh, well that's easy. How long would I have to starve to become a cannibal?
If you could sit and figure out exactly down to the minute,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
to the scenario.
Okay, again, this is an over
Day
analytical
37.
question, but it's an easy one. I would be a cannibal pretty quickly. It just depends on who I'm with, right? And it depends on if I have access to water, clean water, and other things, because there is a
True.
lot of moisture in human body, and I could get the moisture that way. So it
It also
really
takes a lot
depends.
of moisture to digest too. So as you're ingesting food, if you don't have that along
Yeah, but
with
it's
you.
like 65 to 75% of all the moisture you need comes from your food consumption.
Yeah.
When they say you need 64 ounces of water, you're getting about 40 ounces of your water daily from the actual food. You don't need to physically drink 64 ounces of actual fluids. You get 40 ounces of that from the actual food you're eating. You only need about 20 to 24 ounces physically drank. With that said, I'm pretty astute. I know how to capture water, and I know how to boil water with fire
That's
and
the
things like
survival
that. So
skills.
I don't think I'm going to be killing people for my water. Okay, guys? So I think we're pretty safe there. But I'm
you're
also
jumping
not
up, you're
afraid
safe.
of hey, that guy's got thick thighs. I think he's going to be able to, feed me for a while.
If it was us, you would starve. And,
No, if it
I'm
was
not saying you're fat. I'm just saying if we came up against a bear in the woods, I would hope that I'm faster than you.
So if it was exactly if we were running and the bear killed you guys, and it would be yeah, that sucks. But then if the bear left and he didn't take your whole body, I'd be like, man, I don't want it to go to waste. Yeah, I don't want your body to go to waste. And I'm stuck out here, so steak for dinner. I mean,
I have a theory about that. Considering, when you watch these people testing weapons on skin that's similar to humans, it's usually pig. I was thinking to myself, as much as I love pork products, bacon and what have you, what if, since it's similar to human flesh, we tasted like pig? Make it a lot easier to become a cannibal.
I don't know. Let's find out. No.
I don't know, but so that's the tough question. I'm not going to just be sitting on an island being hey man, I'm going to kill you, eat you, and whatever. I would just go out with you. We just both starve to death and die,
dating,
whatever. It's all good because we
gotta date your meal.
We besties. It's all
that
good.
changes the question a little bit too, because if you're with buddies, well, that's a bummer, man. We're both going out together. But if somebody you don't really like, sorry, dude, you look tasty,
it's
right?
A lot easier
I mean, it's survival of the fittest, But it also comes down to, do you have other means? You can survive without food on an almost indefinite situation if you have access to a lot of water and some other alternative means, such as greens and some other things. Yes, you're going to get, protein deficient and some other things, but you can survive without the physical sources of protein. But
that'd be a good question. Can you desalinate ocean water with just the means around you? Or do you have to have some special machine for that? I've never really looked into it too much.
Well, don't you have to boil it first?
You've got to boil it.
It's gonna be nice
and you'd have to do
desalinate
anyway,
to get all the salt out of there, so it actually rehydrates you as opposed to just sucking the moisture out of you.
Yeah, that would be a mess. Evaporation. So you'd have to let it evaporate out. No, that would be a mess. I don't know, but I think at the end of the day, ultimately, it would take a long time to be a cannibal because I would try to use alternative means. But I'm also not afraid of eating somebody if I had to. So there's that.
So the old iron stomach comes into play there.
Yeah.
Well, it really depends on all the resources available to you and how annoying your friends are around you.
That shouldn't be a factor. We're just talking pure survival here.
Okay. And like I said, if it does taste like bacon, it might make it a lot harder not to.
Yeah, I know, right? Heck, I can survive for a while now.
You'd be like, I don't want to. Ooh, that looks kind of...
That's just wrong.
Crap. I don't know.
Never mind, I just learned something about myself.
Let's see, how long can you last without water? First off,
was it 3 days?
Water is actually much worse. You need water, or you're dead in about 7 days.
So about a week.
You can go about 30 days without food.
30 days without food. See, I was thinking about 40 days before I became a cannibal. If I wasn't, a very good avid hunter.
Get past the standard times, then get into desperation.
Yeah. Give me about 2 months in or something, and I'm really desperate. Something like that.
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, I've learned something about you guys that I didn't know before, so I'm not sure if I like that or not. But
well, we have never done Alone together because it's Alone.
Yeah,
so.
right. True.
I would like to think that there'd be enough alternatives that you would not have to hack up your buddies and eat them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in...
You can always find a cheetah and then eat the cheetah.
Exactly. And we already established last week that I'm pretty confident.
I'll just beat up a small child.
That I would use every last bit of strength in my core to...
And use that adrenaline to just eat through that thing
kill
raw.
a cheetah. Yeah.
Cheetah might taste
And I would use my shoulders. I already said that.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta keep them away from the neck.
I'm gonna fight the cheetah.
Yeah, go for the neck.
See, we don't know if we have anything to
like a boxer.
I suppose I'd make a spear, but if I sucked as a hunter and I sucked as a fisherman...
And I mean, if you really just want to dig into it deeper, this question can go one of two ways. Are you in a desolate island somewhere, lost in the woods, away from civilization, away from things that you could get to?
Or are you
that
just
could be
in an
food for
apartment
you?
complex?
Or if you're in an apartment complex, obviously you could probably go a year before you have to really resort to that.
It's like, would you just kill your neighbor and eat him?
Yeah, right.
No.
Sure, I hate that guy.
How quickly desperate
How much
do
you
become?
Dislike your neighbor? Is that the question? No.
Well, I said 2 months. I mean, if I don't have
That's
that
terrible.
tap out card, I gotta go home. Sorry, I don't have that. I'm stuck there, and I'm doing terrible at fishing. I'm doing terrible at hunting. I'm starving to death.
Yeah. You can't find water. You can't stay here.
Yeah, you can't stay here.
No water.
It ain't got water.
I don't know. I probably would go about 2 months or a little bit longer before I'm stuck in a desperate situation.
What's up, Helen X? Helen X says, what's going on?
I mean, if that's otherwise I probably wouldn't go at all.
He says hi. He can't stay in chat because he's driving. That's smart of you.
They have 2 people driving.
Yes.
So he's listening to us.
So he's waving. Let's all wave.
Kudos for the talent of being able to do a quick, hey, how you doing while you're driving.
That's right.
You can't
stop
really
that right
see
now.
us.
Hopefully that was Google Assistant doing that for him, right?
Voice text.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so we'll just go round the corn.
Round and robin.
Round the corn.
Round.
You're gonna go to me?
robin.
Yep, that's right. And you get to pick somebody.
All right.
One of us.
Okay,
That's
first
enough
I'm
of that.
gonna ask you one question first before I read the question.
Yeah.
Which one of you is more into sports right now?
He is more into sports. I guarantee it. I do not like sports or care about sports.
All right.
You know what?
Just
Since
being
I'm friends
honest.
with you, I can say that. Otherwise, on a normal day, probably not.
Yeah. Well, this one might be interesting.
Yeah.
If you could eliminate one state sports teams,
Ooh.
pro or college, what state would it be?
Mm.
Oh.
Pro and college.
Can I just
sports
get rid
teams.
of all state sports?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
all college college football.
pro, whatever that state.
You can't
get rid
do
of it.
Just in the one state. I'd like it to be generalized because really I would like to get rid of and abolish college football altogether.
That's terrifying. That's wrong.
It's just
Oh.
it's a ridiculous monopoly. We're not paying these kids anything. Yes,
true.
they get scholarships. Yes,
And then they get paid
They
to go
get
to
the
jail.
glory and all that. But I mean, the colleges are basically slave laboring all these athletes out there, and they are just making billions off them. It's ridiculous. There's a couple different documentaries on it that I've never watched, but just the peripheral.
There's a bunch of
knowledge.
information I don't know
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
But I'm
Name your
positive it's
sources.
really information that would
I'm
support my
willing to
thesis.
admit my ignorance on it instead of just
Name
speaking
your
out of the
sources.
left side of my mouth instead of the right side. But
I know what
if I could narrow it down to just one specific, I don't know.
Well, this is Debate the Internet. Could I debate that for just a second?
yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things.
Take it.
One, it's a platform for the kids to eventually be able to go and be potentially millionaires in the NFL.
Thus accentuating the problem of our misplaced heroism for athletes. But okay.
Well, they don't have to be. What's up, Andrew? Second, if you're a Cornhusker like me and you're from Nebraska, good old Nebraska, you can't have any professional sports. That is your professional sports. So that is what you go every Saturday to go do and enjoy is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I mean, that is your professional sport.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that to
If you
Nebraska.
took
They have
that,
nothing in
yeah,
Nebraska.
we have nothing.
Oh, this
in
is one
Nebraska.
state.
I wouldn't
If you were to take,
but
if
yeah,
you were
we're
to
talking
take
one
that
state.
away, if you were
Yeah.
to take that away from us, we would just huck corn. That would be all we would have. That and sit around and watch all of the tornadoes hitting the cornfields just outside of
You can
Lincoln.
name all the
You know what I'm
cows.
saying?
Hanging out in your vehicle, kind of driving widely around them as they're like.
We'd be on like
intersecting
O
and hitting
Street,
stuff and-
just hanging out and talking
like North
to each
Dakota
other.
and all these other places don't really have teams. For
Yeah,
any
and that's
sport.
the other hard thing too, because when it comes to even college level, I don't know all the states that actually have individual
well, just
teams.
assume
I would say
most
I
of
could
them have a
almost throw it
college
out there
team.
off the cuff and say Old Miss, just because the fans are kind of annoying. But as far as like specifically having any direct reason as to why I want to get rid of one, I can't say that. I'd rather get rid of them all across the board.
Well, that is not the answer.
That's not the question.
That's not the question, I know. So I mean, if I just want to pick one
One
randomly on the
state
state,
sports team.
Get rid of those teams.
What would it be? One state sports team.
I know which one
college,
I'd say.
You could do college and pro. One state
and
sports
pro.
team, one college team, and one pro team from a state. Pick a state.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
You just go
exactly.
ahead and knock them Packers right out.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah, see you later, Wisconsin.
sorry, guys.
Sorry,
Your favoritism
Badgers.
with the refs lasts no longer.
That's why I asked him this question.
There we go. There we go.
I was lobbying.
And really, you could get deeper to the core of that problem and get rid of the refs too. But I mean, that's just talking about another
But they
problem
wouldn't be paid
altogether.
off anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought about getting rid of Illinois because we suck in
Oh.
all our sports except for baseball. Starting to go back to sucking again. But that's just my negative Nancy-ness about.
Aren't
my
they doing
sports.
pretty good in the March Madness basketball?
No.
Don't they pop up once in a while? I swear I've seen the Fighting Illini or whatever they're called.
Illini.
Illini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the football sucks.
Those people who can't pronounce their own
I mean,
state
I guess
correctly.
there's many colleges. I mean, NIU's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Northwestern's
I
pretty
mean, it's a
solid.
roundabout way. Like I said, I like to just, in general, get rid of college sports altogether just because of what they
New
represent
York.
and stand for.
You're
but-
right, Andrew.
Yeah.
New York.
that's
Hate
good
all
too.
New York teams.
All right. I have a question. It's going to go, obviously, I'm sure you're both going to have an opinion, but it's going towards you first. I'm going to go towards you, ArtisianK. All right, ArtisianK, what is a little thing someone can do that automatically makes them a crazy person?
I don't know.
A little something they can do that makes them
I like that question.
automatically a crazy person. I knew you would.
Well,
But that's why I wanted to.
some people might say.
I knew you'd have an opinion. That's why I wanted to flex.
Some people
it.
might say you put ranch on everything, might make you a crazy person. I wouldn't say that because I'm from Illinois. That's a real interesting one. Makes you a crazy person. Yeah, it takes a lot because I get along with a lot of crazy, and I have a little crazy in my life, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd say somebody who I've seen this before. I don't know why they do it. Eats glass.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Nobody does
No,
that.
people do it. People
What?
eat glass. Look it up.
Oh yeah, there's people who do such things.
People eat glass, and I'm thinking of all things.
My Strange
I'll eat
Addiction. Just watch
lipstick
one
before I eat
episode and
glass.
you'll.
I know, but those are just weird people. That doesn't
But
make
he's
them
nuts.
crazy.
He's crazy.
Yeah, but
He's
like,
nuts.
okay, so what's something that you've seen like in the last month somebody
Oh.
do? You haven't seen somebody eat glass in the last month, right?
No, I don't
Like
watch that
someone
show.
realistically in the last month you've seen them do it, just totally just like I seen that and you're like, yep, they're crazy.
Play a video game that you have to pay money after you already got the video game.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's nuts.
oh.
That is madness. Ow! Sorry, I had to go.
I would almost be able to take myself out of that one, but I have paid money in those freemium games before for sure.
The only time you can pour cereal into a bowl that already has milk is after you've already had a bowl of cereal.
And you're topping it up.
And you're topping it up again.
Yeah,
that
was one of
right.
the first ones I was gonna go to. If you pour the milk first, that's a sign that you're crazy. That's a serial killer right there.
Yep, that's a cereal.
If
killer.
you eat dry cereal from the bowl without putting any milk in it.
I like to maybe grab like a handful out of the box and then drink like a glass of milk sometimes.
Another special mention for those people who love to.
I don't even use a bowl. I just pour the cereal in my mouth and then pour the milk in the mouth with the cereal.
That's why you get the bars. You know, that doesn't look like real milk. It's
I'm
like
just
weird
kidding.
shit.
I
I'm
don't
speaking
do that.
to all of you
That's
Iowa
crazy.
drivers out there, but if you're someone who loves to hang out full time in the passing lane and then get next to a slower moving car and pace them for hours and then do this number where you'll hop over once, I'll finally pass you, you'll come up behind me, pass again, we'll do this number for like an hour down the highway in Iowa. I'm talking to all you guys. Yeah,
you enjoy
you're
that.
all
Guys.
crazy.
You enjoy that. Oh man,
That's a
Andrew, he hit
roundabout.
one, smacking their mouth when they're eating.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that'll
Are you a cow?
instantly. That makes you crazy though.
That makes you go nuts. That was probably an easier question.
ASMR, dude. They call that ASMR when you can like hear like.
Are we causing tingles yet?
Oh my god, I can't stand ASMR.
It's the hair in the
That
back
is
of
like
your
a
neck
thing.
standing
People
up.
love ASMR. Look it up, ASMR.
There's plenty of things that drive
People
me
love
crazy.
that. I cannot stand ASMR. It is like so popular right now. There are like millions
That's
and
just a new
millions of
version
people.
of web porn for the people who get off on that.
I
kind of thing,
guess,
as far
but
as
I
I'm
can't
concerned.
stand it.
don't
I
know.
like look it up and I like, oh, look at this. This is ASMR. This people like this, and I try to like play a video to show people because they're like, what is ASMR? And I like play a video, and then like 10 seconds in, I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it. Just look it up. Just Google it. You know, you Googly, check it out.
You can be annoyed along with us.
I can't. I can't even.
People
play
that
it
randomly
for
slice soap. You know, oh, that's
for no good
for
reason.
no good reason. Let me slice.
There's
it.
a
How
soap
many Irish
simulator.
Spring bars have died in making?
Why? You
I
could have been
know.
cleaning your sack with that.
Yeah. Something about the Irish that I don't know about that really love cutting soap with pocket knives. I don't get it.
Apparently. Okay, you're up next. You get to pick a card, and you picked me last time, so
did.
this is for
By default, we'll go to
ArtisianK. ArtisianK, you're up next.
Ooh, see, I like this one for me, but now it's me interesting to hear what your guys' opinions are. But
Okay.
if you could make any two people fight in a no rules cage match, who would you choose?
Make any two people fight.
And this is assuming, obviously, that they're going to have to fight. And they don't say anything about to the death, but, you know,
Right.
pain and injury has to happen.
Wow. Any two people fight in a cage match?
Any two.
I mean, this
No
could
rules
be
cage
anything.
match.
I mean, this is
Anything.
really difficult.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. This is fun.
I predict a lot of clawing and biting.
Yeah.
Because you're going to pick two people that probably have no place being in the ring or being in a cage anyway,
Right.
so...
Well, I'm just gonna throw a curveball at you and say the Clintons. I mean, just duke it out.
Which ones?
No, the Hillary and Bill.
Oh, okay.
Just have them duke it out. All
Chelsea's
their-
not too far. The apple hasn't
She
fallen
can
too far
be
from
the
the tree
ref.
there, but okay.
She could be the ref.
Oh, okay.
You know, no holds barred.
Who would be the ref?
Well, it's no
Chelsea.
rules. There wouldn't need to be a ref, would there?
Well, maybe she's just there to get some of that, random
Slap her mom
collateral
and dad.
damage or something.
Slap her mom
True.
and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Demonetized.
Come on,
Demonetized.
Yeah. It's like, well, Dad's got a better life insurance policy, so go, Mom.
I thought about that one too, Andrew. It's a good one.
Trump and Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. That
Her dentures are flying out. His toupee's flying off.
But
she'd be too drunk before she could get in the ring to even make a
Here's
difference.
the thing, though. He's hitting a girl, and you can't.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really see.
But he would do that.
It's okay for Bill to do it.
I mean, he's already equality, supposedly, but you still can't say.
Bill and Hillary are married, and she's.
He'd be like, "You're fired."
She's already got legitimate reasons.
He'd be like, "You're impeached," and they'd just be back and forth at each other,
Come
like
on,
yelling at
somebody
each
swing!
other.
Come on!
Yeah, that'd be the most boring fight ever.
Yeah.
Like,
You'd be like fake news. You'd be like nonsense, fake news, nonsense.
I know.
It's back and forth.
We gotta think of something more creative than that.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, we're talking
and Rocky
two random
Balboa.
people here. I mean, I would have gone political, obviously, but
2 people in a cage fight. I would pick. Is people? It's got to be people.
People.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's got to be.
yeah,
people.
you'd love to put somebody up against a ferocious animal, something.
Yeah.
Watch them just tear them apart.
Yeah.
This has got to be a somewhat pseudo fair fight.
Well, like my 80s version of me would want to see like Arnold versus Sylvester Stallone in a cage match.
Oh, that's not even a competition.
Yeah.
Especially
Arnold
in both
and
their primes.
Sylvester.
On steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arnold and Sylvester. That'd be interesting.
I'd like to see Ben Affleck and Chris Hemsworth go at it.
Ben Affleck and Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth would win.
Really?
Yes.
Both on steroids.
Both of them on steroids? Well, I don't know.
Is that?
Are we talking about like alcoholic Ben?
Ben has actually said he's used steroids, whereas Chris has never admitted to that yet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's too many options, actually. This is kind of a hard question.
Yeah.
I got about.
But you could almost assume at that point too, Chris would be too nice and wouldn't go all out, whereas Ben would probably be too drunk to be able to do anything.
I got one. Scarlett Johansson versus me. No holds barred.
There you go.
I'm not talking about fantasies here. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I would do. Let's see. Fight, huh?
Well, I mean,
Fighting.
what's fighting?
Yeah.
You know?
No rules. I mean, so you have to assume
Play
it's gonna get
fighting.
bloody. It's gonna get
You
mean.
know.
It's gonna get messy. There's gonna
Love
be
taps. Yeah.
things you've never seen before, probably.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Joe Rogan.
Watch out for them kids.
Yeah,
Man.
Joe Rogan, man, because Joe Rogan knows what's up.
Yeah.
And Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz.
Yep.
Really?
Nate.
Okay. He's actually going in a real cage match, considering there's kind of a no holds barred to.
Well, yeah, we're removing the rules.
Because Nate is
Just
the
remove the
real,
gloves.
the real deal, McCoy.
Yeah.
He really is. He is one of those guys that just is scrappy, does not give up, fights till the
Well,
end.
and I've heard other people talking about receiving a kick from Joe Rogan before, and they talk about that's just no joke. So
I know, but
No Joe?
Nate has taken brutality and just kept going, and he's like I don't know, Gumby, and he just
So our answers would be somebody we want to see just for the heck of it, see how it turns out. Whereas you're like, no, I want to see if somebody actually had the gloves off and nobody holding them back. What would happen between two professional fighters?
How about
I like that.
How
I
about
like that.
Ken Shamrock versus Conor McGregor?
Matthew Garcia, what is up?
Old school.
brother.
Oh, hey.
What is up, brother? What's going on, Matthew Garcia?
How's it going, man? Glad the wife let you watch.
Yeah.
This is pretty rough stuff. R-rated.
All right.
R-rated.
R-rated.
So we went with politicians and celebrities. You went right with UFC.
UFC,
but
of course.
Yeah,
Yep,
that makes
absolutely.
sense.
Now, if I was gonna do that, it'd be Ken Shamrock and Conor McGregor, just because
Yeah.
they're like the two polarizing.
Well, but
Mm.
Conor McGregor would beat Ken Shamrock.
Ooh, or maybe see what a real
Yeah,
life
Ken
fight
Shamrock
would've been
only
like.
ever could last about 4 or 5 minutes, which was about 1.5 to 2
But Ken Shamrock
rounds.
actually fought in a steel cage match because he was in WWE.
Well, since we're all really curious because we saw the movie, want to know what happened in real life, why not Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren now?
In a cage match. Yeah, now in a cage match.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see what we got here.
All right.
Oh, this is definitely for you.
Okay, because you did his
All
last
right.
night.
Anyway, regardless, I was trying to.
This one's for you.
This one's for you.
This one's for me.
So you had the ability to spray like a skunk, right?
Oh, okay. I can spray like a skunk.
What type of smell would you want it to be?
So I got spray like a
This
skunk.
could go
That is
ridiculous or very pleasant.
that is your special superpower is spraying like a skunk. But is it roses?
No.
Is it Axe body spray coming out of your
No.
bum?
No.
I'm a fan of lilac.
Yeah, lilac.
No, it would be
Lavender?
oleocapsaicin spray.
Oreo?
No, OC, oleocapsaicin spray.
We need to get some of
OC
that.
spray.
That sounds
Oleocapsaicin spray. Heck yeah, dude.
Isn't that a little bit more menthol? Wait.
OC? OC spray. Cops use it. I used to use it when I was a cop. OC spray.
Right,
Oleo
pepper
capsaicin spray. Yeah, pepper
Gotcha.
spray. Oh, heck yeah.
Pepper
Gosh.
Oleo capsaicin spray. I didn't have to think about
You
that.
walk into a room, people would remember you forever.
Well, I wouldn't use it all the time. I mean, they say it's like if you were a skunk.
Right.
Like, skunks only
It's
use it.
self-defense.
It's self-defense. Yeah, you mess with me, though.
So
Like,
he throws him against the wall. It's like,
OC spray.
I guess I was going right to like mating call.
but
So you know,
wouldn't
like
it
if
get
you
you-
want to be pleasant,
wouldn't it
you want
get you
people
too,
around
though?
you.
Because, I mean, the spray would be everywhere.
No, skunks use it defensively. I don't think skunks have a problem with it. And you know what? Skunks,
Yeah, you would like start to like
I
go
guarantee
red after a while.
skunks are like immune to their like
I'm saying pepper spray. Pepper spray. If you like, say, I threw it up against the wall or something, it was gonna, beat the crap out of you, and you farted in your pants, right? Or
But I mean, you gotta assume that like
Well-
the skunk is like immune to his like spray, or it's like
it's
projected in
But
a way
you're not gonna
that's
drop
like
trowel real quick,
protected.
so
But what about when you're at the opera or in a movie or a church?
But it's
or
gotta be
whatever,
like
you
it's
let
gotta
it
be like in
slip
a hole in my
accident?
back, so I'm just be like, you know.
You gotta
So
think
I got
about it.
this
You know,
image here.
with great power comes great responsibility.
That's
If you
the
had
image.
this,
Yeah.
would you be messing up and
Of course, this guy's
slipping
wearing
here and
pants, so that's interesting. Yeah.
No, it'd be oleo capsaicin spray. It'd be totally OC spray, man. I would use it defensively, but man, if you mess with me, I would
about
mess
you,
you
then?
up.
I was thinking more for the benefit of other people around me.
He's
as
like,
opposed to,
heavenly
I was
by
I was
Victoria's
thinking
Secrets.
like a tea tree essential oil or something like that. You know, you're not only healed, but you're also getting a pleasant scent at the same time, and you want me to come around more often. But you know,
it's like
hey,
Neosporin.
if you wanted
Yeah,
to
what
be,
kind of pants would you wear?
yeah,
a good
right.
I don't know. It'd have a special hole for like.
Would you need something like that? Because I mean, with capsaicin spray, you probably would start to wear pants out after a while, right? Blow out another pair, guys. Sorry.
Burn a hole through it at some point. You know, it would just burn a hole. Just
I think it would.
that hole would just burn right through. You know.
Man,
What
I
does
can't
that
imagine
say?
being like eating too much.
Yeah. What
hot
kind of
food.
pants would you wear?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to have some sort of a hole there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know if I'd wear pants.
I mean, it wouldn't be.
What are you gonna say? What
it
are you
wouldn't be
gonna
a hole
say?
anymore. It'd be a port, right?
What are you gonna say? What? That guy doesn't have a.
Oh, just
Never
a-
mind. It's fine.
Develop a funnel.
You don't have to
What
wear
if?
pants. You don't
What
have to wear
if?
pants.
What if it was some kind of truth serum that you could fart out?
Oh.
You were on a first date
This
or
is a
something like
hypothetical
that.
made up
A
stuff.
hypothetical
Yeah.
made up. Yeah, think about that.
Truth serum.
You walk into a room,
Oh,
suddenly everybody starts speaking their mind. You're like, sorry guys, that was my bad.
I let one rip.
That would be
And
kind
it'd
of
be scentless too, so you wouldn't even know it was happening until all of a sudden you're like, why am I oversharing?
I would go with lavender, just because it's
Everybody starts getting really
everybody
relaxed
wants lavender.
and tired.
Essentially, I
Like,
just
"Oh,
farted
I'm
lavender.
ready for
Yeah.
bed." That would not be fun. Everybody would start taking naps. You're like, man,
Oh, come on, guys!
come
Some
on.
skin irritation going on, but it just went away. What happened?
I had Taco Bell, and now everybody's gonna take a nap.
Yeah, right.
Lotion. They just come up to you. Hey man, give me more of that. You're like, wait,
Spencer
wait.
coming out of my rear.
Bend over. Give me some of that lotion.
I feel violated.
Where's that lotion pump?
I mean, if I did have the ability to get the truth serum, though, I mean, I'd have people inviting me over all the time. It's just like, I really want to know what my in-laws think of
Yeah,
me, so
right.
would you mind going? It's like, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on,
excuse
man.
me.
That's just not
I
even
wonder if
right.
it's make it sound.
That ain't even right.
It ain't even right, but I like it, because then it's scentless, too. You wouldn't even know it. Just all of a sudden, just like, ah, dang it, Jake, do it again. Sorry.
All right, SureShot. I got a question for you. So
All
this
right.
is
Christopher,
all
we better
all
answer
you.
now.
If you could be a part of the crew from any TV show or movie, what crew would it be? So basically, what crew from any TV show or movie would you want to be a part of?
What crew?
Yeah, what crew? What?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say why it's funny yet.
Well, because if I'm not thinking correctly, I may not go right with what you would assume I would. So,
Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head, without thinking about it too much, it'd be pretty cool to be part of the Oceans crew. You know, doing heists and stuff, hanging out with Brad
Oceans?
Pitt, eating funny snacks
But that's
all the time.
not a TV show.
and
Yeah, but
making
that's
fun of
just,
George
that's
Clooney.
that's all fake. So you just be
Right.
hanging out with the actors. Do you really enjoy those actors?
TV show.
I mean, if we're gonna pull it all straight into realism, then yeah, that would be kind of lame. But I mean, like part of any crew.
Yeah.
part of the crew, part of the show.
Part of their crew or part of the TV show or the movie? Like
I want
the
to
crew.
I want to be a part of the
crew.
Okay.
Rashid Tlaib, AOC, and who's those four women? Yeah, I want to be part of their crew.
No.
That's reality TV.
That's reality TV,
No.
So I mean, like crew, I guess we're talking like criminal heist crew, gang? What I mean, like, what's the stipulation?
Like, who would
there?
you want to chill with? Who would you want to chill with? What professional actors would you want to be a part of their bestie club group?
Is that what they're talking
to
about?
hang out with?
I guess when it comes right down to it, then, because if outside of the Avengers, just all those actors, they do seem like they'd be fun to hang out with and banter with and fun to. So yeah, I guess the entire Avengers cast would be pretty awesome, especially getting the wide range. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. especially would be fun to sit and chat.
Does crew mean people you're hanging out with, or people you're working for, like a gopher?
No,
a lights guy.
It'd be a crew.
That's the beauty of this. We can make it whatever the heck we want. In our world,
if you could be a part of the crew, people who are a part of a crew aren't like lackeys. You're a part of the crew.
Right. Yeah. The crew is the main people. So
that's
I mean,
right.
Yeah. Part of the crew. I mean, and again, since we're making this stuff up here off the fly, no, I'm not going to be the water boy for some sports team.
The water boy.
Some people, that's their dream.
But you know what? I could probably think of a better answer after the live stream and after not think about it as much more. I'm like, why didn't I think of them? But yeah,
Avengers. That's good.
I bet Avengers is good because I think they would be entertaining.
I like it a lot.
Chris Pratt. I mean, come on. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yep.
Pretty simple, but yeah. The other question too would be is it in real life? So you'd have to like be yourself and hope they actually like you so you could stay part of the crew, or is it just like, nope, sorry, I'm here now, guys. You got to put up with me now.
You got 20 minutes to impress me. Now go.
I mean, hypothetically, I have a good enough personality they wouldn't want to kick me out of the group right away. But I mean, since we're still in fantasy world here, it would be a situation where we're all part of the crew, we get along, and that'd just be fun. Ideally, the perfect scenario.
Steve Carell for sure. That'd be cool.
Cool.
That'd be fun. Very cool.
All right, Steve, do it again. Give me a Kelly Clarkson.
We've each done one card for each of us. Second round. Let's do it.
Second round. Is this round to me now?
Yep.
All right. Who's this going for?
That's one of us.
Both of you, so I can choose now.
That's right.
You
should look at the other card. Maybe
go to another one.
Yeah. Which one? Uh-oh.
Both of these would go automatically to you, but I would like to hear both of your opinions. So we'll go. That's a good. That's a good one. Well, specifically why, and you'll see why. What are your top three gas station snacks of all time?
Ooh, top three.
That's you, right?
Well.
Yeah, we'll go with you. Why not?
Well, obviously sunflower seeds. I go with sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds.
Automatic.
Yeah, it's an automatic for me.
Okay.
Could have called that one.
Yeah. Some form of Snickers. There's a lot of different kind of Snickers.
Snickers, ice cream.
Peanut butter square.
Yeah, there's ice cream bars. There's peanut butter square. There's regular. There's a lot of Snickers.
That is a toss between those two. I'll give you that.
I have a hard time not doing that. And I would say probably like a burrito of some kind.
Yeah.
I just
gas station frozen or like something put together.
Oh, one that's heated up already.
Yeah.
Probably. Not the hot dogs or the pizzas.
Well, I wouldn't imagine you're crunching through a frozen burrito. But I mean, go yank it out of the freezer aisle, throw it in the microwave that everybody else uses. And
I do one of those three or all three of them if I go to a gas station and grab something.
Yikes.
Obviously, you want some water, but that's not a
burrito.
It's kind of a good fruit group. Yeah.
That's a liability.
Can be. I mean, depending which flavor you get. I mean,
if you get a breakfast burrito, it's most likely not going to have all the stuff in it.
You know what I like? I like those like churro things with the cheese that like spin with the crispy outer shell that spin.
There
it's got it's been there for like
I'm afraid
2
the hot
days.
dogs.
But it's got like
I got a sneeze guard.
It has like it's got like salmonella, but it's gonna taste amazing.
Yeah.
And you probably
salmonella gives it that extra baked-in flavor.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna get sick if you eat it. But you also know it's gonna be crispy and chickeny
because it's been sitting there all day.
Cheesy and delicious, and it's really big. And they're like, it's half off, and you're like, I don't even care why it's half off.
Whatever the outer casing is completely saturated in grease by now.
Yeah, all I know is it's crispy and it's dripping cheese, and it's been spinning for like at least 8 hours, and it wants me. And then you grab it and you eat it, and it's delicious, and then like you're like, ooh.
Yeah, then your pants are half off, and then you run into the bathroom.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the price you pay.
No.
It's the price you pay for quality gas station food.
Hey, that's not true, because my burritos, I've never had any kind of accident or, oh, God, why'd I do that? Afterwards.
Well, that's packaged food. That's disgusting.
And, packaged because it just got cooked and it's sitting there.
You could say no regrets. Zero regrets in life.
Zero regrets.
But there's sometimes I'm sure people who will go, wait a minute, there's food regrets out there. There are plenty of food regrets.
Yeah, plenty of them. But and you're going to a gas station to grab food. That itself is a regret.
Maybe.
I mean, obviously the sunflower seeds or beef jerky you're probably better off choosing something that's been packaged for a long time.
I also like it's kind of the same thing, but it's the, oh goodness, what the heck is it called?
No type of food that's sitting on a fryer all day.
Yeah, but no, it's
like a breakfast sandwich.
No.
Not churro, but taquito maybe. Because they do hot dogs and churros there. It's usually the only ones I see on.
Yeah,
the
no,
like
no,
that.
it's I can't even think of it now.
No, corn dog.
But you could turn it into a
taquito.
a bow and arrow, and basically use it to kill food later on. So you buy them. So anyway,
I hope you come up with it later.
Yeah,
really old and stretchy fruit by the foot. I don't know. Yeah.
Slim
Jim?
Jim?
Make the string out of it. Yeah.
Snap into it.
Well, Slim Jim you would use in
Yeah, that'd be your
Those
arrow.
really long ones, super long Slim Jim.
There's another great question. Can you make weapons out of gas station snacks?
You can. You absolutely can. I'm telling you.
The bag.
Which would be one of my gas station snacks you could actually use as a weapon.
Carl says, "What are we talking about? We're talking about gas station food."
Yeah, your top 3 snacks of all times, gas station snacks.
Yeah.
I guess it's on me now. Are we good?
Yeah, I think
solid.
so.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of good snacks out there, but you guys both made me hungry now. So
All right, so
mission accomplished.
You got the last question about TV shows and movies. I'm gonna give this one to him.
Actually,
all right.
No, the farty.
I know this one will probably be to him.
No, I got it.
It's okay.
Hey, it's all right if a question.
It's a very similar question. I'm
I
sorry.
don't get so sensitive over such matters.
Okay, so
is this mine?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
My question.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
If you could live inside of one TV show, what would you live in?
A TV show.
Of course, that sounds like a funny question. What would you live in? I'll live in the car inside of Family Matters.
Yeah.
No.
What?
TV show.
What would you live
Well,
in?
there's some good TV shows that would be fun to be inside of.
I
mean, like the new. Yeah, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Lost in Space would be a runner-up. The new Netflix Lost in Space, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, because they're just getting going with that. Actually, I would really enjoy being in The Walking Dead.
Before season 7?
No,
Oh, that's a good one too.
no, like I would enjoy being in like just that
Stop
world,
being
The
good
Walking
for, like, season
Dead.
3.
Oh, you'd like to be in a zombie
No,
apocalypse
season
like
9 was good. Season 10 has been good. You guys, if you haven't seen season 9, that's on you.
Ooh.
Season 9 has ended
They haven't
really
given
well.
me a reason to go back and watch since like season 5.
Well,
so.
but season 9 is redemptive.
Oh,
Just so
okay.
you know,
Well,
if
that's
you
good.
haven't seen season 9, it's redemptive.
Sometimes they can bring it back around, but
Yep.
you gotta like
season
really
9 is
dredge
redemptive.
through.
7 and 8, I give you that. 7 and 8 starts to lose you. Season 9 is
Yeah.
redemptive.
6.
Season 10 is amazing, in my opinion. I like 9. I like 10. Both of them are redemptive. And the Commonwealth, if you haven't seen The Walking Dead lately, I'm just going to say they're going towards the Commonwealth for season 11 and 12.
Oh, okay.
So Commonwealth.
So they're actually going to be creating
Commonwealth
some
is
kind of good-sized
a
community
thing. If you read the comics, Commonwealth is a thing, and
now. I think
Commonwealth
automatically a Fallout.
Commonwealth
Yeah.
is a town of 50,000. There's helicopters and
Yeah.
everything, and this is all post-apocalyptic.
Really?
So they're going towards that in the show, and
Honey Ranch.
yeah, I think I would really enjoy the post-apocalyptic world of The Walking Dead if I had to choose one. And I think it's because I would do well in a survivalist mentality. I have kind of a heart that does well with judging character. I would do well with, knowing when to not trust individuals, but also knowing when to kind of, have a soft heart and let people into the
Well,
group.
add on to that. What would your weapon be?
Well, I would have a bow staff for some of the close quarters combat stuff because sometimes
You
you're
gotta have
close.
two. You got a melee and
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
weapon.
deep into an apocalypse like that, nobody ever realizes that. It's like you don't shoot zombies with a gun. That's just not how it works. Guns
Right.
are
You
for
had
other
some kind of-
humans.
Right.
Melee
Distance
weapon
melee
for the
weapon.
zombies.
Right,
Yeah.
and then
Two-sided, usually.
I would probably have a bow and arrow. The problem with a crossbow is bolts
And having
building bolts
Yeah.
is exceptionally difficult, and at that point, I think
If
it'd
you
be
got a
very
crossbow that
difficult
can
to
shoot 320
find
feet per second, you need
bolts.
it.
Yeah, finding bolts
As
at
cool
that
as it
period of
looks
time.
with Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl's awesome, but I think a bow and an arrow would be a whole lot better. And distance, I mean, you can still take things at 50, 75, even 100 yards with a bow and arrow. Yeah. So you've got distance, and you can have a quiver full of arrows, and you can replace them. You can rebuild those, and you can go and salvage those, and you could take things at a distance. But then you also would have the bow staff at a distance. Bow staff, by the way, I have a 6-foot 6-inch ash bow staff in my garage.
Just in case we want to get our
And I'm trained. I am trained. Classically trained. Classically.
Donatello over here.
Classically, as in Hawaiian Oshinkan Kempo.
Or Little John.
Yeah. and that was my weapon of choice, and I love ash bow staff. And ash bow staff is ash is just really strong wood.
Right.
And you can reach out and touch someone with a 6'6" ash.
You wouldn't add anything to it, like a sharp object on one side.
Well, of course. I mean, the wood is going to splinter potentially over time, and so of course the ends would have to be
sharpened, maybe.
No, not sharpened at all.
No, as long as you kept it oiled and sanded, you'd be all right.
Yeah, but you would actually want to reinforce the ends with a metal dip, and then probably have some sort of like a leather wrap on the ends that would bring in probably, I don't know, about 18 inches in, and then have leather wrap grips on the inside.
I probably want a smooth, sharp end.
And that would actually give weight. That would give a little bit of weight to the strikes as well. Would almost create a hammer-esque feel, but I could then sharpen the metal as well on the ends, and so it create kind of a knife aspect to the ends. Yeah, I'm thinking of it.
What's good about melee and bashing weapons, because you have to
So
worry about
I'd have
things. Swords can be a problem if you don't know how to use it. If you had a sharp end that was like serrated, you could get that stuck.
But I'd have distance. I'd have the stabbing aspect. But it's one of those things. I'd have the aspect. Plus, I would be a communal individual. I wouldn't be a loner. And so I'd be.
Well, I'm just saying.
But The Walking Dead, I'd be all up in that show.
All up in there.
Yeah, all up in that show.
I would go around that crew, right? Hang out with that crew.
But I definitely wouldn't be wearing the Skins outfits, and if you don't know what I mean, you've seen season 9 or 10.
You don't want to cover your sins.
I read the comic books.
No, I wouldn't want to be one of those.
Yeah,
weirdos.
But yeah. What about you? Probably.
I think I have to go funny with it. I mean, there's other cool shows I'd like to be part of part of that, whatever. But if it was just for the sheer getting my improvisational skills up, going with the flow, just doing random adventures, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Summer's got some funny moments here and there, but we gotta just kind of boot it
I'd rather be a background
I would probably I'd be more of a background character.
I'd be drawn better.
Rick and Morty, because you can't break up that duo. But for me, popping in for an episode here and there, be more entertaining than Summer or the Dad. So
you'd be drawn better too.
Yeah, probably. Probably have to be, but I haven't seen any real massive beards in that show yet, so we have to see how.
Yeah, the people are drawn all poor, but everything else is great. It seems like. Why do you guys have two different artists?
Just for sheer entertainment.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Alrighty, it's your turn now.
Otherwise, it'd probably be like Law and Order SVU.
There you go. Yeah. CSI Miami. Yeah. It looks like
No, Vegas, the original. It has to be Vegas.
Yeah.
New York, Miami, all those can take a hike. I'm sorry. I mean, they're
joking.
decent, but they're not as good as the original.
All right, ArtisianK, if you could have one fictional dog as your pet, who would it be?
That was actually
Snoopy. Snoopy?
No.
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo and Snoopy are pretty up there for me. I'm trying to think of something else. Fictional character, huh?
Yeah.
So there's got to be like a cartoon?
So a fictional dog.
Ooh, underdog. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Yeah, fictional dog.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Ha!
#1 super guy.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Now, if anybody remembers Hong Kong Phooey, he was a dog, but he was also
Kobe.
Hong Kong
rest
master.
in peace, Kobe. Good shout out. Skywalker, rest in Kobe. That was rest in peace, Kobe. That was sad.
Yeah. It's pretty tragic.
Pretty tragic, for sure. Father of 4 kids, definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That's
Hong
all
Kong
I can say.
Phooey.
Hong Kong
Well,
Phooey.
That's it.
#1 super guy.
Dog? Yeah, I had to say the dog from I Am Legend, Will Smith's
Oh
companion.
yeah. Oh for sure.
He wasn't CGI.
I mean, he wasn't CGI, he was a real dog, and in real life, Will Smith tried to get the dog from the trainer, saying, "This dog is so cool, I actually want him."
Yeah.
The trainer's like, "Absolutely not. This is cool. This is the coolest German Shepherd I've ever had."
German Shepherds are pretty great.
Yeah.
And if I was just pick a dog,
I did have a Belgian Malinois for a short period of time.
There you go.
It was amazing.
Belgian Malinois.
And an incredible hunting dog. The funny thing about it is he imprinted on me like instantly. I could, within 2 days, he was walking next to me
Bandit, not like
without a
bandit.
leash. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep him for a lot of circumstances, and I'm kind of upset with that. But I did give him to a friend of mine that was really happy and stoked over it. But yeah, I would say I'd either get that Belgian Malinois back, or I would get the German Shepherd from I Am Legend.
Yeah, one of my coworkers has a Belgian Malinois, and he's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome,
amazing hunting dogs. Definitely need to keep him busy all the time, but hey, gets me up.
Well, when you're burying people out. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
All right, last round of cards, and then we're going to do story time. So let's get through these cards. Let's go. You first. This last card is for who?
Let's see here. I went with Kevin last time, so I'll go with you this time.
Oh, ArtisianK?
Yeah.
Oh, you are
ArtisianK.
terrible.
I'll go with ArtisianK
So
next.
now
You
it's
can get
Warrior.
secondary. So Warrior, yeah, today you get if you could be homeless in any city, where would you choose?
Well, let's say where I won't be. That would be San Francisco. I definitely don't want to be homeless there.
Yeah.
You know, if I could be
You're
homeless...
navigating the piles of crap. You know?
Yeah, if I could be homeless in any town, I would probably pick being homeless in...
I know, right? You gotta think about being homeless first off.
Well,
right? A little bit.
I mean, I would... Well,
You
first
could
off...
think of places that are just like really nice to the homeless, like more than they really should be, and they'd be kind of a cakewalk.
Yeah, well, so first off, I'm going to say I would be homeless somewhere probably down in probably Texas somewhere, but it'd have to be a town kind of like our town. So first off, let me just
small
say...
town Texas.
Yeah, let me just say, first off, where we live, we have like 40...
Right.
We have like 40 different... nonprofits that take care of the homeless. In fact, we take care of the homeless so well in our town that states like Utah actually bus their homeless to us, and then they get off the bus and they're like, woo-wee,
You know,
and they're like,
out here.
yeah, they
You have
literally
our
bus them
front
to us, and then they just come here, and there's like 40 different nonprofits, and they're like, you can get like whatever you want as a homeless person here. You get free meals, you get free tents. If you don't wanna camp outside, you don't have to. If you want to, you can. A lot of them choose to and enjoy to camp outside. We have moderate winters.
Yeah.
We've got great summers in spring and fall. So we've got it actually made really, really well out here. If you want to be homeless out here, it's actually amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was going
We
to
do
say
have
that.
a pretty
actually.
large homeless
It's amazing.
population.
We really do.
Yeah.
Plus, I have all my friends and family here, so I could be
might as well.
homeless and
You
I
can couch
have
surf for a while.
I could couch surf for a while. Plus, I'd have like my friends that like hang out with. But no,
Still my
weather-wise though, when I was a law enforcement officer, this is another story time short. One of my best friends in high school, his father was a bit of an alcoholic and unfortunately got eventually kicked out of his home. And fast forward 20 years later, as a cop, that was about 15 years later, as a cop, I actually went on a call about a homeless guy who froze to death in an alleyway. And I went to the alley where the body was, and I went up to him, and it was Art, one of my closest friends growing up. It was his father, Art, who was frozen to death, and he was homeless. And so that was tragic, absolutely tragic. One of my best friends' fathers froze to death in the alleyway as a homeless guy. So it just because we take phenomenal care of homeless people in our valley doesn't mean that being homeless is still easy.
Oh, yeah.
And the weather doesn't always get amazing
No, there's
here.
plenty of people out there that don't choose that.
He did
lifestyle
still
for
freeze to
themselves.
death because that night it got like 22 degrees that night. I mean, it does still get cold here at times. So I'd probably choose somewhere in Texas where they have a town like Grand Junction where they take really good care of the homeless, where there's a lot of nonprofits, but where it's kind of like warm year round, where if I passed out on the street, I wouldn't wake up frozen to death. If you had like one of those crappy nights where you did something stupid, you wouldn't wake up, frozen to death. But it can't be a huge town, because in huge towns, you sometimes get, stabbed while you're sleeping or something like that.
Well,
as well.
the crime rate among the homeless probably goes up.
And our crime rate among our homeless is really bad here as well. It actually is really bad around here. I mean, they stab each other, kill each other. In fact, one of the last homicides I went on this is another story time, was a homeless that tried to chop the head off of another homeless. Anyway, this is a show where 10-year-olds watch, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but
a little bit of real world for you.
yeah, a
We're
little
not
bit of
gonna
real
get into
world,
gruesome
but
detail.
it was a pretty horrible, horrific scene. It was pretty bad. So anyway, I would say that I definitely would want to find a a town very similar to the town we're in, but further south. So I'd have to definitely do some scouting to find a town very much like this town that has a lot of
weather-wise, the biggest thing you have
nonprofits.
to worry about is excessive humidity.
Yeah, where basically it was this town, but just further south. And if I couldn't find a town like this, but
If
further
you're not going to
south,
freeze to death, you could find somewhere where you could
I'd choose
that
here
exposure.
Yeah.
because honestly, we take care of our homeless so amazing here that they literally bust them in from Montana, from Wyoming, from Utah, from New Mexico, from Nevada. They all come here and they get off the bus and they're like, "Yeah, our government gave us a ticket here and $200 and said to come to Grand Junction." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" They literally come here
I would
from
have
all
done
over.
that. Personally, I would have probably gone with Grand Junction, but I think otherwise, either San Diego or Phoenix.
Yeah, San Diego would be awesome, except for it's so expensive to live there.
But if you're homeless,
But if you're
it
homeless,
doesn't matter.
yeah, but like, do they even have all the programs for homelessness?
It's a big enough
And
town.
the
I mean,
crime
if
rate's
you
really
want to go
high.
there to test out and see if they actually do anything they say they do around there, which
You're not gonna-
statistics show otherwise.
I just know that year-round, it's got the best average weather.
It
True.
does, and I lived in San Diego, not homeless,
Yeah.
but I don't know where you would actually sleep. I mean, they probably kick you out of all the places you'd want to sleep.
On the
So-
beach?
I'm sure
Yeah.
you can find a nice
Oh, no,
camp-
you're not
you can
sleeping
find
on
a
the
nice
beach.
camp
Get out of
site
here.
somewhere, yeah.
Go find a drainage ditch somewhere.
Yeah, you'd probably be
awesome.
sleeping in the Tijuana River, which is a river of pee, because poof, is stuck in
yeah.
there.
All right.
Wouldn't be doing yourself
Sounds
any
like
favors
part.
there.
It's the worst question ever. If you were a bum,
Yeah,
where would
it's
you like
pretty
to
bad.
bum?
All right, you're up.
Couch
you're
of
up,
my
you're up.
friend.
All right, who's up on this last question?
Well, I had you last time.
All right,
So I'm going to you this time.
Okay.
who is you? Who is this guy over here?
SureShot.
SureShot.
Yeah. We'll get the
SureShot.
names right eventually.
Yeah, the surest of shots. If you had to make your sandwiches with the same 2 meats and 1 cheese for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
2 meats and 2 cheeses?
No, 2 meats and 1 cheese.
2 meats and 1 cheese. It would definitely be roast beef off the bat for sure.
Roast beef and a baked potato. Yum.
Can't decide if it would be either ham or turkey.
Ooh.
I don't know. Guess we could probably go with ham too, because I think those two
I think
still
ham's
accent
a
each other
pretty
pretty well.
general.
And then Colby cheese.
Colby
for
cheese.
Sure.
Colby.
Yeah. Obviously, there's
Sounds-
different variations you can go with there. You can go with different cuts of roast beef.
You say Colby or Colby Jack?
Oh, Colby Jack.
Okay.
Colby Jack. Because you definitely want the two
Close
there,
one.
not just straight Colby. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
it'll
get
get
2
tired
in
after a
1.
while. At least you have the two together. You can wear that out. And if for some reason a new cheese comes into your life somehow, you can go one way or the other and change it up a little bit.
It's a
But
difficult
at least the
one.
mixture of the two is probably, in my opinion, the best. There's great Goudas and Munsters and all that out
Munster.
there. But I mean, if we're going to talk about across the board,
Munster.
easy to go with each sandwich. I've done plenty of sandwich lunches in my lifetime for way too long.
It's
so
an
that's
endless
just easy
amount
to
of
go to.
condiments and bread. Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It's just the 2 meats and cheese, apparently.
And you can do that with any type of bread, really.
Right.
And you can change it up quite a bit. There's, olive oil and other types of mayonnaise out there. You can go with Cool Whip.
It'd have to be some
Miracle
really,
Whip.
really premium roast beef, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
I mean, I have had some janky roast beef that
That is
changes
true.
my mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially if you can tell it's really old, too.
Yeah, like
you know?
some of the cheapest stuff, like the Oscar Mayer, that still works for me. Like I'm thinking summer sausage personally. I love summer sausage.
I mean, I can't tell you how many
that's a good
times I've had some like janky roast beef where you like take a bite and it's like, and it's just like
You're like,
pure,
oh, it's so
like-
rare, it's not even, it's
well,
barely even
it's
cured.
just like pure like sinew. It's
Yeah.
like not. It's like sinew. It's like not even like meat.
If I was doing the cuts and slices myself, it would be premium every time.
Yeah, can you read those 2 last comments? Call
What
it
you
looks
got
like
there,
said
dude?
on the previous question, is it even legal for them to ship homeless people to other states? And not really. They're not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to,
They're not
but by
supposed
God,
to
they're
do that,
doing it.
but governments do that. They do it all the time,
yeah.
and it's their way of dealing with their homeless problem.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there are countries
on you.
that literally
Refugees.
kill their developmentally disabled and then say they don't have a developmentally disabled problem. I'm like, are you serious? But we have states that say we don't have a homelessness issue, and that's because they've sent their homeless to other states, and then they can go, we don't have a homelessness issue, and
a
we're
lot of
like,
people
yeah,
literally
well,
being
okay,
swept under a
'cause-
big rug.
yeah. Read the second comment though.
That's
I
it.
can't get to that.
Aragom is like the Warriors' little story reminds me of the South Park episode where the homeless were kept showing up and Cartman sang a song about California being nice to the homeless.
Oh,
California is nice to the homeless.
that's funny. All right, last question here, and then we're going to go into story time.
Story mode.
And let's see, I asked this one, so this one is yours. I want you to overanalyze this for sure, because this is definitely one of those fighting stories.
Open my brain up here.
I fought a cheetah last week on the live stream. I physically fought a cheetah. I was like,
I brought him in here.
I was like boxing, and I like had my shoulder up, and I was like, can't get to my neck, and I overanalyzed.
Not to mention fighting a grizzly bear too. We fought a grizzly bear and a cheetah.
And we're going to talk, this is, okay.
Who I get to fight? Who I get to fight?
Yeah.
So if you were continuously, this is nonstop, one after another, okay?
No rest,
so
no rest.
one at a time,
no rest for the wicked.
but no more than one at a time, getting attacked by eagles.
Ooh.
How many could you kill before they got you? And these are American.
Does it say American Bald Eagle?
Yep.
Oh, I thought for a second there was Don Henley, Don Felder.
I'm sorry, I can't analyze this. Easy answer. Not a single one. I'd let them take me. I'm going to make a kill a bald eagle. Absolutely not.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
so let's change it. But not a bald eagle, because I don't want you to say none. That's dumb.
No. And that's just a joke, because really I'm sure
an eagle would kill
you. An eagle would eventually kill me.
Oh, yeah. Dude, those claws, those talons are like knives.
True story. My dad came upon a massive bald eagle that was almost capable of picking an entire dead sheep up off the ground. Like literally with his talons, he was able to like get a few good.
So just an eagle. Let's just say
just an endangered eagle and not one
we're
protected by the government.
We're going full-blown fantasy here, so I can get in the moment. If it's a real-life situation, no, I probably have a hard time killing bald eagles.
It's coming down. It's a big eagle.
I mean, really, let's think about it this way, too. The numbers are down pretty good, so it's not like I have a whole lot to get through. So if we're talking about the whole still available in North America right now.
It's just one at a time. One comes down, attacks you, you gotta fend it off, kill it, and then another one comes down.
Obviously, for one at a time, they can attack, they can dive bomb, they can go from the ground and all that. So hypothetically, if they're coming at me,
freaking teeth.
Their beaks, ridiculous.
Tearing flesh off of you each time.
Mm-hmm. If it was a whole horde of them, I wouldn't last very long.
First off, how would you kill the first one? I want to hear how you would kill this thing.
The first one, depending on how I could get a hold of it, I mean, I know I could snap its neck pretty easily. I mean, that would be, it could be hard to try and get at it if he's going at me full claw and flapping and all of that. I mean, if he's
But how would you kill it? Would you grab his legs as he's like digging into your flesh?
I mean,
grab his legs and then grab his beak as his beak's like eating your eyeballs? Or
I'd have to take a few licks from one before I could get a hold of it for sure. It'd have to like dive bomb me and be like on my arm or my back or something. I'd have to like, throw it over the shoulder, body slam it, drop an elbow, that kind of thing. But I would definitely be yanking them out of the sky if they were flapping at me, whatever, trying to either bash them on the ground first, but then going right to the next snap.
How would you get its head without the
you have to go for the talon and then just yank it in close. Because obviously, if it's trying to flap at you, throwing its claws at you, whatever, without the beak and all that, I have to one hand with the claws down to hopefully straight the neck, and then one-handed or two-handed snap the next. But really, I'm going to be flailing about ridiculously. I'm not going to get them all at me at the same time, so I'd have to change it up quite a bit. Obviously, if we're talking bare hands here,
flesh off of you.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're still, we're dwindling the numbers down each time I think about that because, it wouldn't take too many times of slashing at me before I'd either bleed out or just be so tired I couldn't take anymore. But
protect the throat.
I'm going to go conservative / hoping because, I don't think I could take out that many. But if I could get 30.
Oh my gosh.
If I could take on 30 eagles.
If we're talking one at a time.
BA, man.
We're talking one at a time here. There's a possibility. And like I said, that's something that's, slightly, a possibility in my mind. But if I got lucky enough to be able to take out 10, I'd feel pretty accomplished before I went down because we're talking bald eagles here.
Yeah.
No, we're talking eagles.
They're pretty ruthless.
Just eagles. So I would take out Don Henley first. And then I go to Don Felder.
Oh, okay.
And then I move on to Glenn Fry. And then I think somewhere around Timothy B. Schmidt, I would probably, start to get
tire out a little bit.
Man, I don't know. 10 would be tough, I think, because their talons are like...
And I mean shooting for 30, but...
Knives, and you could survive that because those are puncture wounds, and they would kind of seal themselves. Yeah. Punctures are bad.
Adrenaline, you wouldn't bleed
because it goes in, and then when they pull out, they kind of self-seal, and even if you bled, they'd be superficial bleeding, so I'm not worried about the punctures. It's the mouth, that the ripping and the... Mm-hmm. So you'd have to, like try and stop, but he's like... like you would be like and then you'd have to be able to, like you said, try and get the throat and Then
I mean,
you
if
have,
I could just straight rip out throats left and right, I could probably take a few more. But if we're talking like needing both hands,
but
to
you
snap
know
the
he'd
neck.
be like, because you're
yeah.
trying to get him, and he's like,
I don't think it would just
in
be
the
a quick snap out
meantime,
of the
he's
sky.
ripping, and you're like, ah.
What if it's Gandalf's eagles? How many of
Oh
those can you
gosh,
take out?
I'm like one, maybe. I'm lucky.
What if you talk to a moth first and you're like, "Hey moth, can you give me a ride on that eagle?"
I mean, if they were that intelligent,
Well, dude, he would just
if
rip
they
an
were
arm
that
off and he's
intelligent,
like,
they would let me get on their
hey.
back. They let me get on their back,
Bring
fly
that back.
away, and then they'd like barrel roll just to drop me off and let me splat.
You see how gentle he was to Frodo? Just, hey Frodo, carry you off.
SureShot wins for the long answer.
Longest answer.
Longest
ever.
answer.
You gotta take in all the variables because obviously I want to think I'm a badass and I could just take them down one at a time, but no. Conservatively 10, if I got lucky, if I reach my goal, you see the little Xbox logo pop up and say achievement unlocked, it'd be 30.
You didn't
I was
say-
going to say 30, man. 30
Didn't
would
say
be...
with bare hands. You could have had a weapon.
Yeah, and you could have clothes on, like, you could
I
have...
love the
like,
image though, that's a great image.
You could have, like, taped,
on, now,
like,
you eagle.
Yeah.
newspaper.
If I had a velour jogging suit getting ready to,
Yeah, right.
go
Oh,
toe
it's
to
very
toe.
active. That's active wear.
That's active wear.
Yeah.
See, some are athleisure wear, some just active wear.
Yeah.
And what if you had boxing gloves? Like, this guy has boxing gloves.
Oh, I wouldn't want the boxing gloves.
Neither would I.
Actually, I wouldn't be able to be as effective. I'd much rather be
MMA
barehanded.
gloves, maybe, though, just so you have your fingers...
Brass
Oh,
knucks.
but-
Yeah.
Brass knuckles?
Oh,
Should
yeah.
knock him out.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on!
Yeah, because then you can go curb stomp a few after you knock them out. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could add the numbers.
Like over there,
over
like stomping
too.
on there.
I mean, I was going off the idea that this is barehanded, fight for my life situation. But if I had a weapon of some kind, that number could go up a little.
What about Almost Heroes? Chris Farley taking on an eagle every time he stole an egg.
Yeah, right.
Never killed him.
Never did kill him.
He did drop
Either
him in
one,
the ocean,
you know?
but it never killed him.
Yeah. If we're going for comedic reasons here, then I could think of all kinds of ways we could make it an entertaining fight. But since we're going for the death,
Yeah.
there'd be
death.
some dead bald eagles around. That's just unfortunate.
To the death.
So 10. I think you said 10 at the...
10
at
conservatively,
the-
yeah.
Conservatively, but 30 if you were, like, going for...
Yeah, if I was going for
Record.
broke, last stitch of life adrenaline kicked in, yeah.
You wouldn't have eyeballs or anything.
Oh, no. I wouldn't. I'd be hardly.
You'd be blind at like
afterwards.
23,
Yeah.
but you'd be like doing it off
No,
the field.
that would be I'm about to die, but you should see the other guys.
Yeah. All 10 of them
Yeah.
killed those eagles. I can't see, and I'm about to die.
I'm about to bleed out, and here we go.
And then Kylo Ren swoops in, and he's like, I'm gonna heal him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the strength to do
Then
it.
I'll wake up and be like, whoa, bad touch.
Throws his lightsaber into the ocean.
Yeah.
Let me just heal him real quick.
Yeah. Forget
Oh,
this
I
weapon
killed
of
me.
war. I'm
Then
gonna
he
heal
dies.
I
now.
was like, why'd you guys make out? That's weird. I don't understand. Ew.
Kylo Ren, you have that power? Yes. Well, then why haven't you done anything with your face?
Just do it to himself really quick. Oh, I'm dying.
She did it to
Heal.
him.
Yeah.
So,
He puts his hand on his chest, suddenly his nose goes back to normal size.
I'd fall in love with a girl who could, save all my scars from looking so hideous.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my scars are gone. I love you.
My goodness.
My goodness, I look so much nicer. Maybe she grew my hair back out,
Yeah.
touched my head. Hey.
So do you want to weigh in on the bald eagle?
I already told you I'd
I'd
take out Don Henley.
Oh, okay, I mean, yes.
whatever.
You're gonna go straight for the band.
How many would you get? One? You wouldn't even get one. They just grab the back and just take you.
Yeah, I just turned into a mouse, I'm a field mouse. It's my new nickname.
Yep.
So why should I even answer?
We'd
Yeah,
be like,
the eagle's
hey,
sitting
there
there
goes
going,
Artisan K.
Foo, foo.
There goes Artisan K.
Or if it's, one of those
He's like
giant,
sketching his own like demise.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, hey,
If it's a giant
hey, look
eagle
at this. He throws it
from
down.
Lord of the Rings, he would totally pick me up really nicely.
Yeah.
And then carry me off.
Oh yeah,
So-
you could draw him so you could kill him with kindness. Be like, oh, I love how you accented my features. I mean, I look so bald there. It's amazing.
Hey, I think he would probably have sympathy.
Yeah.
My
My talons aren't that big, but thanks.
We'd have a nice talk over coffee about being bald and how nice
The
it is.
eagle would drink coffee.
Yeah, he'd be a little hyperactive, and I'd be like, "Go after that guy with a big beard,
Yeah.
and take 10 of your buddies with you."
Well, I think it's time for story time. And the only thing so far that I think happened today that kind of stunk was the crazy echoey of the audio. But
Let's not jinx it just yet.
well, no,
it's because-
the echoiness.
Right? No,
Of
that's
audio.
there. We
But,
aren't having a similar
yeah.
another issue.
But
that we
that's
normally have.
just
Yeah.
what happens when we went to the 3 mics to have 3 of us. But it was
All
like
these metal walls.
3 of us and echoiness or no video with 3 of us. And I wanted to
Yeah.
do all 3 of us. So we're like, you
You
know
guys
what?
can let us know. Stick
Yep.
with this or
Comment. About
Yeah.
or dress it up a little bit.
So we can either get better audio or the echoiness, but we're gonna try to continue to improve the audio, but for now we wanted to have the three of us on this video. So
no screeching, right?
No screeching so far. No screeching so far.
Don't speak of the elephant in the room.
I'll just turn it off and run away.
Hasn't been. He's been monitoring the screechiness for the one bad.
While
I
laying
can
down
just take it
some
off.
fat
Just turn it off and walk away.
So, okay, so the story time comes out of when I was in high school, back in the 90s. Scott says it sounds fine, so, all right. So, back in the 90s, I worked at a place called, you're freaking me out, a place called Fur's Cafeteria. And Fur's Cafeteria was a place where I got a job there. It was like within walking distance of my house, and so I got a job there. My brother had gotten a job there, so he's like, hey, man, you could get a job here. And my boss was... I'll use the word eccentric.
It's a nice word for crazy.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He wasn't crazy.
I've been called it.
That's not the word I would use at all. He was just eccentric. So anyway,
strange.
Really nice guy though, and he hired me, and I worked really, really hard for a few months. And he said, you've worked really, really hard for a few months, so I'm going to promote you from the pot scrubber, because I scrubbed the pots and pans in the back. It was like the worst job ever. That was the job that you got when you first started. And it was
at the bottom, now you're here.
Yeah, and it was the worst job you could possibly get. And so it was the absolute worst job you could have. And so that's the job I had. And he's like, you've worked a couple of months, you worked really, really hard, you haven't complained, and we got a new guy starting. And so we're going to put this new guy on that job, and then you're going to go to the dishwasher, which was a different position, which sucked just slightly less. And so I was like, I'm not going to scrub pots and pans anymore. Like, I put in my dues. I get to wash dishes now with the industrial grade power washer, and it was fun. I mean, it was less than scrubbing pots and pans, but I was like, you know what? Whatever. What do you say? Pot scrubber to dishwasher, right? I know, but in your time, you're like, hey, man, this is awesome. But I scrub.
See here, I'm washing lettuce right now. Then I'll eventually make it to cashier.
That's right.
2 years, I'll make assistant manager.
Exactly.
And that's when the big bucks.
So anyway, I don't know how many months it was, but I literally scrubbed pots. These were pots that I don't know what was in them, but you had to scrub a pot for 10-15 minutes to get the crap out of the pot, and then you have to rinse it and scrub it some more, and rinse it and scrub it some more, and then set it down, and then you'd have to send it through a machine for the machine to sanitize it and everything and get the rest of it off. And then you'd have to do another pot, and the pots were sharp and they would cut your hands, and it was just terrifying. But anyway, I did. That was my first.
How many a day did you think you had to do?
It was my first job at this place, at this first restaurant, and I did this every evening, five to 6 nights a week, but only for 3-4 hours a night, because I was a student.
Right.
So it was a part-time dishwasher thing, and it was my second dishwashing job. So I had experience.
Yeah.
Because I was experienced at this. But anyway, I did a really good job at the pots, and so he's like, "Hey, I'm hiring a new guy. We're going to put him on the pots and pans since that's the least desirable one. We're going to promote you to the dishwasher, which is the second least desirable job. Congratulations on the promotion." Eventually, because I wanted to go into the bakery. Because Fur's Cafeteria, what it was, is a cafeteria. People go through a line, they get to pick all the food they want, and then after they eat, they send their little trays to the back, and we clean everything from the front line, as well as all the baked goods and stuff come back to us, and we clean everything. Well, I wanted to eventually go into the bakery and bake the cakes and the breads, and I thought that would be fun. In high school, I thought that'd be a good time. What is it?
They let you be a busboy.
Yeah, they didn't let me be a busboy.
That was at least 2 more years of scrutiny.
Yeah. But anyway, I was like, I want to eventually, I want to be the guy that brushes, the butter onto the bread, right? That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's making it, right?
Yeah, butter brush.
So the butter brush.
You wanted all the Instagram moments that they're look what I've made.
Well, this is before cell phones existed, so I don't hate to burst your bubble. Cell phones weren't a thing, but and just for the record, minimum wage was $4 an hour. So just putting that out there for
we liked it.
Any of our younger viewers who are wondering what minimum wage was, I was making $4 an hour. So so I'd work 4 hours, make $16. The government would take 8 of that, and I'd make $8 for working all night long. Now people make $12 an hour. Anyway, whatevs. So yeah, yeah, not bitter. But anyway, so I got the second best job, which was scrubbing dishes and then putting them in a machine and sending them through the machine. And I got this like power sprayer. It was like a wand of water power, and it was like Darth Vader wand, but I was like,
hydro power.
Well, they hired this guy, and this guy was, I was a high schooler, like I think I was a freshman or sophomore, can't remember which. I think I was a freshman, pretty positive I was a freshman. And they hired him, and he was, I don't want anyone to take it wrong or derogatory, but he had
safe words here.
Well, yeah, he had a green card. He wasn't an American citizen, and so he was on a temporary status with our country, and so he was looking for employment, and he had just moved in, and so they gave him this job, and so he had just started, and so he's back there. Well, after a couple of days, he was scrubbing these pots, and he was looking at me, and he's like, this job sucks. And I'm like, I know, I've been doing it for months. Like, it sucks, bro. And he's like,
welcome.
He's like, we're going to switch. And I'm like, no, we're not going to switch. That's not how it works. Yeah, there's a boss guy, and the boss guy says who does what. And like, I did my thing for 3 or 4 months, and so now you get to do it for 3 or 4 months, whatever. If you have a problem, like, hit up with this eccentric boss. I call him my boss eccentric because he's a really good guy, but he was very friendly with me. Let's just put it that way. I'm trying to be polite here. So anyway,
very charismatic, maybe.
Yeah, very charismatic. Yeah, a little bit. So anyway, but he cared a lot for me. Very kind to me, very nice to me. Anyway, long story short, one night where I'm back there and I'm doing the dishes. I'm working really hard, and the guy's doing the pots and pans, and the guy doing the pots and pans is like, you know what, screw this, I'm not doing the pots and pans, you're doing the pots and pans, you're doing it now. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do the pots and pans, man. And like, what are you going to do about it, kind of thing. Like, but this guy,
instant power.
Yeah, but this guy is like in his mid-20s, and he grabs a butter knife. Now, the butter knives there were like half steak knife, half butter knife. It was like one of those like sporks, but for a knife, it was like a half and a half. So he like grabs a knife, and I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? Like in the moment, I'm like looking back, and this is like a line where I can't get out that way because that's at the end where like everybody's putting the dishes in, and there's no exit, and this is the exit over this way, and he's blocking my exit. And so I'm like, what are you going to do with that? And he's like, we're going to switch. Like, I am doing dishes from now on, and you're doing the pots.
Now I'm going to go ahead and strong.
And I'm like, I'm not doing the pots. And he went, whah! And like tried to like straight up cut me. And I went, woo! And like jumped to the side, woo! And he freaking cut me and literally cut my tricep.
Do we have a scar?
Yeah, I had a scar for like 6 years right here on my tricep. But when he cut me, and I went like this, you've got to remember, you guys, where are we?
Surrounded by dishes, maybe?
Surrounded by water. Yeah. And the floor is water filled, it's tile. And so, let's see if I can do this without hurting myself.
Yeah, move the chair.
This is what you see.
He's salmon.
And I literally fall to the floor, and on my way down, I hit my head on the metal. Because everything's metal around, and so there's just like metal.
It's all stainless steel.
It's all stainless steel, and I'm like, whoop, and I like, bam, boom, and so the guy's like tries to cut me, and then he sees me like bouncing off everything, hit the ground. I'm bleeding from my arm. My head hits some metal on the way down. I'm bleeding from my head. I probably look dead because I'm unconscious. So what does he do? He drops the knife, which there's blood on it, and he runs out the back door, which was an alarmed door. So the alarm goes off, because it was a fire alarm door.
Everybody to the back room, probably.
Yeah. So then my boss, who likes me a lot, nice guy, eccentric,
particularly fond of you as a person.
Particularly fond of me as a person, nice guy, really nice guy. Daryl was. Comes back and sees me. He's freaking out. Oh my god, he killed me. Oh my god, like he was freaking out.
Not my will.
Yeah, not my will. I don't even know, man. I woke up and there was like people freaking out over me. I was like, what's going on? I thought I was fine.
I'm bleeding.
I accidentally hit my head on some metal, so I was fine, but I got a small cut on my head.
Yeah.
But it was good. I was like, okay, or whatever. But I was like, what happened? And he was like, what happened? I was like, man, the guy that I was working with, that you put me with, he didn't want to do the pots and pans, and he tried to cut me.
Really didn't want to do the
Really
pots
hated
and
that
pans.
job.
Yeah, and he's like, are you okay? And he's like, get over here. And he's like, sat me down in the office. He's like looking at me, and he sees the little cut on my tricep, and he's like cleaning it up and putting Neosporin in it.
Oh my gosh, let's get a
I
look
know.
at you here. Now drop your pants.
PG. And
Sorry, take your shirt
yeah.
off.
And so anyway, he gets Neosporin put on it, gets a Band-Aid put on it and all of that. But my head injury is minor, and he cleans it up and everything. But anyway, that is the craziest thing ever. I literally have this guy try to cut me.
He did cut you.
Well, a little, yeah. But I mean, he was like gonna I don't know what he was gonna try to do, like cut me.
I think
He was gonna black out, come back to you later, and go, oh, whoops.
it was a warning shot across the bow. Okay, fine, you're gonna.
But I mean, I had to straight up, what the heck?
He didn't lunge for you. He swiped at you.
Well, yeah, he swiped, I think he was just trying to, play big man, but he ended up connecting with me, and I slipped on the wet floor,
Right.
and then I went tumbling, and I hit stuff on the way down like a ping pong ball.
Oh man.
And then he freaked out because he saw blood, saw me
with the bear
unconscious.
defense. He just played dead, but I didn't realize.
Well, he didn't want to get
Yeah.
sent home or nothing.
So then, of course, he was just like, I'm out. So he's like, green card, not American citizen.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like cutting fools. I got to get out of here. So he just
Fools.
so he ran. We never saw him again. He literally never came back. Never came back even for his check.
Still in America.
Yep. Never came back
Still
for his
nervous.
check. He just left. And I was like, this
benefits
sucks.
as we speak.
This sucks. So that's the story. Kind of weird. Moral of the story is,
Cut. No.
Watch out for coworkers trying to cut you.
yeah, watch out for
Watch out for the wet floor.
Watch out for people
Warnings.
that are trying to cut you.
Caution, wet floor.
No, for real though. The moral of that story for me is be careful on what you're standing on.
Caution, wet floor.
If you're gonna stand for something, but be super, super careful. I actually made a bad situation worse because I wasn't situationally aware. This was before the era of situational awareness, and so for me, and so he could have cut me. I mean, he did. But it would have cut my arm, and it would have hurt, and I could have been like, "Yo, dude,
You could have been passed out on the floor, and he could have finished you off.
Yeah, exactly. But he could have cut me, and I would have been like, "Yo," and I could have screamed or told somebody or something, and he ran or whatever. But instead, my reaction caused me to actually fall and actually get knocked unconscious. And you're right, he could have jumped on top, started stabbing me, whatever, who knows. But
You did get rid of the guy in your reaction.
my situational awareness was poor enough that actually caused myself further injury.
Right.
And so you got to be really, really
Mind
careful.
your surroundings.
Yeah, you got to be really, really careful. Situational awareness is super, super important. One of the things I see people do all the time when they're driving is they're not situationally aware. Something pulls out, they actually swerve, and they end up going off the road and getting in a huge wreck.
Sideswiping
Doesn't
another
help when
car.
you're doing stuff like this. Like,
Because they're not situationally aware, they get themselves in more damage or more hurt. The same is true with lots of situations. So the biggest life lesson you can take from this whole situation is be situationally aware of your surroundings, of the situation, because situational awareness is going to keep you safer and help you from actually making a situation go from bad to worse. That's exactly what happened in this situation. I know my story's actually crazy. What's that?
Jackie Chan would have picked up a plate.
And blocked that knife. I know. I don't know. My life is full of these crazy, weird stories. But everything you go through should have something that you can glean from it.
Yep.
And for me, it was definitely I could have probably learned something from that. And for me, it was definitely situational awareness. Be more aware. And the truth was, I probably should have been a little more aware that he was agitated enough that he could have or wanted to do something to me. Plus,
Yeah,
I should have
maybe in
been
that
aware.
situation diffuse, and instead, okay, no, it's cool, man. You have the job you want to. I'm going to go to the bathroom real
Well,
quick, which is basically going to go talk to the manager.
That's
and
the other
figure out
thing
how
is
to-
I should have known he was elevating, and I should have gone like, hey, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick and gone and gotten,
Diffuse
some manager to kind of diffuse it, and instead, you're a high schooler and you're like, no, man, you ain't telling me what to do, and I kind of escalated it back in a situation where I was pinned in and I had nowhere to go but through him, and I was being kind of short with him, telling him what's what. And then, of course, that's the end result. So sometimes you have to be situationally aware, and you have to use what I would like to call verbal judo. Verbal judo is using your words.
Use your big boy words now.
Yeah, use your big boy words to be able to kind of keep yourself safe and protected. So just be careful, just be aware of things like that. So if you guys haven't or didn't get to watch Story Time, make sure you guys go back because that was an interesting story. I ended up healing totally fine. Everything is fine. I had a little bit of a scar. The scar has almost, if not completely gone away, almost completely
Did you
gone
ever
away.
have to do dishes again?
I had to go back to doing pots and pans because the guy left, and so they had
He
nowhere.
got his too.
They had nowhere to do pots and pans, and so I did dishes and pots and pans for like
Not even extra
2
hazard
weeks.
pay or anything.
But
Man, it's
but as soon as they ended up hiring 2 more people. As soon as they hired 2 people, they put them back there, had me train the 2, and immediately Daryl, because he was Daryl was Daryl. He immediately put me in the bakery. Yeah, so it was like a month later.
So you can tell people I literally bled for this position.
Yeah. Daryl got me out and got me into bakery, and he was like, "Are you happy now?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, thanks, bro. I appreciate it." So I finally got into bakery.
Only had to get cut to get here.
And I got a quarter raise, so I made a whole $4.
That's a big deal back in the day.
50 cents.
There's the payoff.
$4.50. Yeah, Richard Monroe.
I
What's
think
up
my
from Canada? What's up, brother?
My first actual paying job, federal minimum wage, was $5.50 at that time, and I got hired on. I would work for a week, and they instantly put me to $6.50. So,
Ooh, well, that
felt
sounds
pretty good about that. But yeah, just to give you guys an idea of what minimum wage back in my day.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are just hopping on, we had a really good time. We had all of us here. Of course, we had ArtisianK, we had SureShot, we had Warrior, and we had a good time for about an hour and a half. So if you did just now hopping on, make sure you guys go back, check out the live stream.
Rewind.
Watch
it again.
Rewind.
Yeah.
And as always, make sure you guys have fun. You guys, anyone playing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, keep your gaming on.
Yes.
We are going to have fun. We'll see you guys next time. We'll package this stuff out. Later.